Thank you, dear President Stubb, dear Alexander, members of the delegations, members of the media. Hyvää päivää kaikille. Good afternoon, everyone. It is a true pleasure to be here today in beautiful Helsinki at the invitation of President Stubb. Thank you so much, dear Alex, once again for the warm welcome and the spirit of the friendship and conversation that has marked the relationship between our two countries and this visit from the very first moment we arrived. But as I said, most importantly, the spirit of friendship that has marked our two countries, our two nations. I'm particularly honored to be in Finland, the homeland of late President Martti Ahtisaari, who is a towering figure of peace and whose leadership helped pave the way for Kosovo's statehood, independence, and freedom. His legacy remains deeply woven into the fabric of our republic today. So the people of Kosovo will always deeply carry the gratitude for everything that he has done and for everything that Finland has done and continues to do for us. But our friendship, Mr. President, is not only rooted in the past, it is alive, it is growing, and it's focused firmly on the future. We are proud to call you one of our closest partners, and indeed, Finnish support has been long-standing, including through its contribution to the NATO-led KFOR mission, where over 7,000 Finnish soldiers, your men and women in uniform, have preserved peace and stability in our region. It will be my honor today, shortly after this press conference, to award the Presidential Military Medal to Finland's peacekeepers as a token of deep appreciation of the people of Kosovo. President Stubb and I had a wide-ranging and fruitful discussion about how to build even closer ties between our people and our countries. We spoke about our shared values of freedom and democracy, values that today are once again under attack across our continent. As countries that have both endured historic struggles against oppression, we know too well the cost of freedom. It is precisely why Kosovo and Finland stood unwaveringly with Ukraine from the very first day of Russia's aggression. It is precisely why our countries must continue to speak up against Russia's ever-growing territorial ambitions, its imperialistic and genocidal mindset, and its efforts to destabilize our shared democratic achievements. We also spoke about Kosovo's future in the European Union and NATO, and our aspirations to join other international organizations such as the Council of Europe. To this end, I want to express our deep gratitude for Finland's steadfast support at all levels of decision-making. Kosovo today has the highest level of democracy and rule of law, and it's among the fastest growing economies in our region. Yet despite full alignment with the EU foreign and security policy and steadfast reforms, our application for EU membership is yet to be reviewed. The people of Kosovo, who are the most pro-European and the most pro-NATO in our region, deserve to see their aspirations matched with concrete progress. We're not asking for favors or shortcuts, just to be clear. We're asking for a merit-based process that rewards integration, reforms, and alignment with EU values, something for which we've had the support of Finland from day one. During our meeting, I congratulated Finland for its historic accession to NATO, development that has made Europe safer and stronger. Where there is NATO, there is peace, and Kosovo is determined to be part of that effort by joining the alliance in the near future. And to this end, we count on support of our Finnish partners. In order to further enhance relations with Finland, and not just on the bilateral front, and once we have a new government in place, I intend to go forward with the constitutional procedures towards decreeing the opening of our embassy in Finland, because when there is more presence, there's always more progress. To deepen our security cooperation today, I also propose that Kosovo and Finland work together a more comprehensive security agreement and defense agreement between our two countries, which would be a natural step in a time when democracies must stand shoulder to shoulder, and which would mirror the bilateral cooperation that we have with so many of other NATO allies. We also spoke about challenges in our region, and as you know, Kosovo has chosen dialogue as the only means to resolve outstanding issues. Sustainable peace can only be built through full respect for international agreements and the rule of law, and ultimately by not denying or bullying your neighbor. We have unfortunately learned the hard way what it means to have a neighbor who does not believe in these principles. Yet again, we have extended our hand of cooperation to all our neighbors because we need to make sure that our children, the very first generation to have only known peace and not war, never have to go through what we had to go through. The Republic of Kosovo, independent, sovereign, proud of its history and identity, but also proud of its potential, of its brilliant youth, is here to offer its friendship and cooperation as an ally and a partner you can always rely on to defend our hard-earned freedoms. Finally, I want to express my deep appreciation to Finland for embracing the Kosovo diaspora living here, a community that so hardly contributes and actively contributes to Finnish society and economy. I look forward to meeting them later today and to witness firsthand their successes. So, Mr. President, once again, on behalf of the people of Kosovo, I thank you for your friendship, for your partnership, for your principled leadership that is keeping us all safe. You contributed to our safety not just in 1999, when your soldiers came in as our saviors. You're continuing with that contribution to peace, to freedom today. We will never take that for granted. I look forward to welcoming you to the Republic of Kosovo to experience the resilience, the energy, and the European spirit of our people. And most importantly, I look forward to working together to turn our shared vision into reality. Thank you once again. Kiitos.
And first question goes to Niilo Simojoki, Finnish News Agency.
Niilo Simojoki, Finnish News Agency. A question for both presidents. President Stubb, how do you comment the recent developments in the Ukraine dialogue? The foreign ministerial in London has been postponed after proposals both from Russia and the US, according to media reports, entail territorial concessions by Ukraine to Russia. Are we at a dead end, or is there a way forward? And to President Osmani, how do you see a possible peace in Ukraine that is somehow beneficial for Russia, affecting your security situation, because Russia and Serbia foster close relationships?
I think it would be quite proper to begin quoting President Martti Ahtisaari in peace mediation by saying that everything that humans have begun, they can also end. Peace negotiations are never easy. Our approach has been very clear from the beginning. We believe strongly that the negotiations should be sequenced. First, there should be an unconditional full ceasefire, which has been proposed by the United States, which has been accepted by Ukraine, but which has been rejected by Russia. After the ceasefire is in place, actual peace negotiations can begin in earnest. I admit that the situation is difficult, but it's never impossible. As far as territorial concessions and other things are concerned, we still attach importance to the three key principles of any statehood, which are independence, sovereignty, and territorial integrity. And as you will know, in the Winter War and the War of Continuation, Finland retained its independence, lost its sovereignty, and lost 10% of its territory. Our approach is very simple. We abide by international rules, and those international rules have not changed anywhere. Russia has violated them, and Russia should end this war. The situation is difficult, but we're not at a dead end.
Perhaps just to add, because of course I agree with what President Stubb said, but to add that I strongly believe that any peace agreement must be such that does not encourage Russia to continue with its imperialistic and territorial ambitions against other countries. And I'm not only talking about this part of Europe, I'm also talking about the Western Balkans, because there's been a long, traditional, and historic intention of Russia to have a spillover effect. Because beyond territories, what Putin wants is an unstable Europe. What Putin wants is what he says, that to give a message that the values-based systems that the European Union and NATO are a failure. We shouldn't give him that argument, because Kosovo is a testament to the successes of the European Union, NATO, and the transatlantic partnership. So one, it's such an important principle that the transatlantic partnership, the one between Europe and the United States, stays strong, because history has shown us that only when this relationship is strong do we see successes that contribute to a Europe whole, free, and at peace. And secondly, that awarding the bully, awarding the aggressor, appeasing the aggressor has never led to long-lasting peace. And I think Kosovo and Finland have both learned that the hard way. So I do hope that any peace agreement that is reached is one that does not encourage Russia for more imperialistic and territorial and warmongering ambitions rather than the ones that it has right now. Of course, we've been supporting Ukraine from day one. It's a very principled approach, and we will continue to do so.